Wait. Okay.
Hi, I'm making a cake. Well, me and Olivia made the cake, and I'm frosting the cake.
What flavor is the cake?
The cake is chocolate.
Maybe Olivia could move the crushed red peppers so we can get a good view of the cake.
And now I'm going to...
Did you get all the sides done?
Not yet. Now, I'm frosting the cake, and now I'm about to frost the top of the cake, which is the funnest part because I don't know why, but it's like the cake. Lots of icing on the
Livy, you helping her?
Lots of icing on the top of the cake.
Get your fingers out of there. Who's going to want to eat that cake with you?
I'm not putting my fingers in there. I'm making the icing.
Off the plate. Why don't you just let it stay there? She might be able to scrape it up and put it on the cake.
Lots of icing on the cake.
Who made the cake?
Me and Olivia made this cake. Yeah, and Mommy helped. She's the one that's video cameraing.
Who read the directions?
I read the directions.
What day is this?
It's New Year's, and we're baking this cake for New Year's. And
So sad you have to go to school tomorrow.
And because I love my mommy so much, I cleaned some of her, and it's very good. And I made her bed. And mommy and daddy love that.
Yeah. So nice when someone comes up to you.
And that's Humphrey. So
let's get a look at Humphrey here. I think
he wants to be video cam. Look at the camera, puppy.
There he is. Oh, he's just not into. Here it is. This is what children do when they get the frosting containers and the frosting spoon. Look at their faces.
Don't videotape us, don't videotape us, we don't want.
Look at her face. Who would have believed? Who would have believed? Now let's span the globe. Come on, Miss Olivia, we want to see what you look like. Miss Olivia.
We don't want to be videotaped, woman.
Because they have big chocolate grin faces. Alright, well. Oh, almost had a close-up over there.
We got chocolate. Yeah,
there it is. There it is.
Chocolate.
Looking on that knife.
Chocolate.
Okay, Liv, you're going to cut your tongue. Don't look on the knife that way.
Chocolate.
Well, this is the end of the cake for the first day of 1996. And we're going to have pork and sauerkraut and broccoli with cheese sauce and cake.
I licked all over my ass.
January 7th, 1996. We're looking at a huge storm outside today. We've got quite a bit of snow, 6 to 10 inches, and 18 more coming tonight.
Just get down and grab grass. Just get down and grab some rock. This is Emmitt Smith behind Larry. And hits a guy, he doesn't slow up or stop. I mean, he's like 320 pounds a guy coming. Now,
you can see how hard it's snowing. What a storm. Well, it's day 2 of our storm. Yes, that's right. That's our back door. Incredible. And it's still snowing. It is snowing big time. On the second day of this incredible storm. This is my front porch. I can't tell, but I can't even open the door. The snow is just that heavy. I'm gonna try to open this door and see if I can get out. Oh, Judas B. Reese. This is just incredible. Unbelievable. Oh man. This is my porch. There's my mailbox. Everything looks flat out here. Everything looks flat. There's my neighbor's car. Here's another angle out of a window. Wow. This is my garage door coming up. Yikes. Holy cow. The snow's blowing in right now. I don't want it to get on the camera, but it just looks flat out here again. Real flat. A few lumps here and there, but just incredibly flat. My gracious. Unbelievable. Oh, my lenses are getting wet. I gotta get out of here. I hear a snow truck, but there's no way a truck or anything could get through this to plow. Everything is closed today. All streets, all highways. Governor Ridge has closed them. And it's still coming down. It's still snowing. That's what's wild. We've had enough. Incredible. And it's cold too. Oh yeah, it's cold. Very, very cold. I'm freezing myself right now. So who's gonna shovel this driveway? Huh? Who's gonna shovel the driveway? Looks like I'll not only have to shovel the driveways, but also the roofs. Because this roof here is covered with about 5 feet of snow. This is our neighbor's house. There's a clothesline, but I can't see very well. I still think this is The classic scene of the snow. Let's make it Blizzard 96. See you later. Here we go with more of the storm of 1996. Or we call it the Blizzard. Emily.
I made Santa. I made it. I made it. Oh man.
This snow is something. I'm gonna try to go up these steps. Incredible. There's gotta be a porch up here somewhere. Oh my. And let us not forget the Pittsburgh Steelers are Super Bowl champs. What are you guys eating? Cream cheese on the storm. What are you laughing at, boy?
Dad, this is Miracle Whip.
What's Miracle Whip?
Girls, you are sick. Here. You let me put one cup.
What do you guys think of the storm today?
Good.
You like it, Amanda?
One cup, another cup.
Are you guys making a cup tower?
No.
What are you gonna make?
We're making houses.
Oh,
No, we're not. We're making something, but we don't know.
look, the fire is still ripping. Hey, have a nice day. There's the Pookster standing beside that so we can see how tall it is. Oh, that's stretched. And now she wants to stand beside that one. Well, that one's up to your neck, Libby. That snow is really high. Okay, have a nice day. What are you pinching your nose for?
I'm not. It's up to my nose.
Okay, have a good day.
John Thomas.
John Thomas, what?
What?
What are you guys doing?
Nothing. Just building my rocket.
Why don't you do
Video camera in.
Why don't you do the dishes in there?
Libby, were you playing with this?
Yours.
I want to be with you for a long time.
Well, I don't want to do both. I don't want to spend my whole day doing both. I don't want to do the dishes and shovel. I want you to shovel with me. I give you a kiss.
There's some more of the storm. Well, we're going to be going out to see more of the storm. I just wanted to show our 2-ton of coal as we go out here. We got another about 10 inches of snow that dumped on top of the 24 that we already had. That's our sidewalks. There's our little mailbox and our cutout for to get in the mailbox. Here's a view from our front porch. There's some in the backyard. Again, here's a horsey. You can also see good sign of the swing set. That tells you how much snow we got when you see a swing set like that. And there's our fence. It's about 3 foot tall. Oh, what's that? Whoa, Humphrey! Oh. This backyard is extremely deep with snow. I would say there's probably 6 foot drifts over by the shed. This is my pear tree that it's about a 10-foot tree. Incredible. And this is sort of amazing. This is my gate. It's about a 5-foot gate, and it's not going to open until sometime later. Same with this side of the gate. Just a lot of snow. This blizzard of 95. Oops, blizzard of 96. These are friends.
We are going down 83.
I said 13th Street still up. You want to go there?
I don't think they can go across there.
No, we could go there. That's the
But they won't let you into the city.
So that was
We're coming up. You can see a lot of the people braking. Everyone's stopping at the bridge, which is what we're going to
It's
do.
River.
Stop at the bridge.
I want you to take that sign that says
Sorry.
River.
Everybody can hear you.
We're going to stop it.
What do I have to stop the wood?
You can see a lot of slow-moving traffic here. All exits closed into the city. They've closed the city completely.
What is broke?
Look at this river, guys. This is the river that,
A little bit in the distance, you can see the
What
river.
bridge broke down? What bridge?
you know the walking bridge that we walked to City Island?
Yeah.
That one. It, like,
With the people on it?
no, they had it evacuated earlier. Oh my gosh.
Where is it?
Look at the river, guys.
I see it, but
Oh
where?
you
gosh, look
can
at the
see-
flooding. There's some flooding in there.
That's Front Street there, working on into
But
2nd
where's
Street.
the bridge that
Totally
broke
closed.
down? Right there.
That's Shy Poke
You
right
look over
there. That was
and you
evacuated
might be
this
able to see
morning.
over there would be the walking bridge.
Right there, that's the Walnut Street Bridge. The second bridge underneath it is the railroad.
What is there?
Bridge.
Things hanging down.
See how wide the river is? It's usually not this wide. Look at that's a street right there. See all those light poles there, guys?
Yeah.
Look over the water's like up to the light poles.
There's the shore.
Can you see all that ice and stuff? That's in people's houses. Look at the front yards. That's all ice in their front yards.
That big landmass in the middle there is City Island. So we would normally walk
Look at
from
City
the
Island's totally
shore
underwater, guys.
to City
All you see is
Island, and
trees
that's
sticking
where
out.
we would
Look at all these poor birds.
go and see everything. And supposedly we're going to be able to get on the other
yeah, look
side
over
of
there. That's City Island.
City Island. The walking bridge is
What about the
collapsed.
people
I
that
don't
live in
look like we
City
can see
They
anything
all
like
have
that.
to move.
But
Everyone's going to
right now the river's at 17 feet.
Sticking out of the water.
Flood stage is 17.7 feet, and it's supposed to crest around 27 feet tonight.
Yeah, Dad, there's chimneys sticking out of water.
That's an old bridge. Those things are old bridges. They weren't collapsed this time, but I don't know what you can see.
There's half of them chimney.
I don't really see any rubble yet or anything that
Some more
looks
chimney.
like a segment of the bridge is missing. However, it could be those things in the middle there.
Alright, that's enough.
It's the other side of the bridge. We're going back home now.
Look at all the ice in it, man.
Ice chunks. You can see TMI clouds in the distance there. That'd be great. Little mushroom clouds.
Look at all these millions of birds right here. What's going on here?
The birds have no place to go.
Well, where do they leave? Look at them all sitting there. Why are they all sitting there?
You can see down there a little bit of side street floodation there. Somehow this is just not focused.
Smashed in the window twice.
Heavy pressure from floodwaters. Scenes like this are common as flooding closes roads and makes driving almost impossible. And the flooding means emergency evacuations for the elderly and others in harm's way. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Garris. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, it will go down as one of the most remembered events ever in the Mid-State, the day the floods took down part of the Walnut Street Bridge. A part of the bridge from the West Shore to City Island came down in the rushing waters of the Susquehanna this afternoon. Our Rick Wagner joins us now live with more details. Rick, this has been quite an incredible day.
No, it certainly has, and in a way, the Walnut Street Bridge is the least of our problems in central Pennsylvania tonight. But it is symbolic of the savagery of the storm that has hit us this winter. Behind me, you can see probably nothing but black. Behind me, you can see perhaps the city lights of Harrisburg. I am in Lemoyne in Cumberland County. I'm overlooking Warmleysburg. You'll have to use your imagination now a bit. I'm just 100 yards north and above Catalano's restaurant and the Angelina's Pizza Parlor, which is right down there to the west entrance of what was the Walnut Street Bridge. We have some exclusive Newswatcher video to show you just what happened. I think you're going to hear and see just how much power the ice jams had. There it is. Here's what happened. Let's watch. Let's listen.
Oh, my goodness.
And 5 right
The
here.
power of the ice jams that had the mayor of Harrisburg so concerned. There were some pressure points in Marysville, the Walnut Street Bridge, and the Harvey-Taylor Bridge. Remember, we told you about that last night. The Walnut Street Bridge was an area of particular concern, and we had talked to people who were on the bridge about noon today, and they said it was a very scary place to be. I have with me now Chris Armerman of Harrisburg, and Chris, I believe you were possibly the last person to be on the Walnut Street Bridge before it gave way, were you not? Tell me a little bit about what you were doing, why you were on the bridge in the first place.
Well, we got flooded out from, I live in River House Apartments, and we were flooded out from over there.
River House is in Harrisburg along the river,
Yes.
around Division.
Yes, and I was coming over to stay with some friends in New Cumberland, and I was about halfway across this side of the bridge when a lady was yelling for us to get off the bridge. There was 3 other people in front of me, and we all ran and got off the bridge. I got maybe 50 feet off the bridge when it collapsed.
About what time was that?
That was approximately 2:30, about 2:30 this afternoon.
That's what we've been saying about 2:30. I want to show you some more videotape right now so you can see just how lucky Chris was to get off that bridge in a big hurry. If you can, reflect a little bit on what you heard and what you saw. What did it sound like? Did you feel it shake and things like that?
When I was coming across, I felt it shake. I've never seen anything like that in my life. As I got off and looked around and saw what was happening, it just sounded like big metal sounds were just crashing. You hear the ice breaking against it, and it just finally broke free and fell into the river.
Thankfully, you got off in time, and to our knowledge, nobody was injured by this terrible accident, which you know, it is more symbolic compared to some of the problems being caused by the flood here in central Pennsylvania tonight. The bridge did withstand the pressures of Hurricane Agnes back in 1972, and at that time people said it was very important to watch that bridge withstand the force of the river. It did not do it this time, but thankfully nobody was hurt. We don't know how it's going to be rebuilt, whose responsibility that is, but that will be a story to come down the road. Kim?
Certainly that is a long time coming at this point, Rick. And Chris and you have quite a story to tell your grandchildren, right? It's been quite a day.
I wish I did not have the story to tell, but you're right, and so do a lot of other people. Many other people have gathered here in Lemoyne to see this amazing sight.
All right, Rick, thanks very much for that live report. Several local communities have declared a state of emergency because of flooding problems. Here's a list of those communities. A state of emergency means you should not travel unless absolutely necessary.
Kim, we are outside the city's command center, and you mentioned it, the curfew at 10 o'clock tonight. Mary joins us now. Today, we saw plenty of people coming down to the river to have a look. It's pretty compelling, hard not to look, but what's the message to those folks who may be wanting to go down and have a gander?
We've had lots of problems today and dozens of instances when emergency vehicles literally could not get to the scene of needed rescues and evacuation sites because sightseer vehicles were blocking and clogging the streets. And in some cases, it was life-threatening to the people we were trying to reach. And plus, we don't want sightseers in the areas that have been evacuated. Those are secure, restricted areas. We don't want people roaming around when everybody's been moved out. So that's why the curfew is in effect, and violators will be arrested.
Okay, now what is the status of city streets right now?
We have about 80 streets that are fully flooded or partially flooded. Some of the main ones would include portions of Front Street, Cameron, Maclay, Green, North 2nd, and the list goes on. Market Street Bridge is closed, Harvey Taylor Bridge is closed, Interstate 83 ramps at 2nd Street are closed, so there's very limited access into the city now.
Okay, well, we know you have a long night ahead of you. We appreciate you joining us here to talk about it, and obviously some incredible pictures, and we know you've got a busy night, so we're going to cut you loose. Thank you very much, Mayor Stephen Reed. It has been an extremely busy day, and this flooding is taking a huge emotional toll, both in emotional and in financial terms. Today, we surveyed some of the damage on both sides of this rising river. From a distance, it looks harmless enough. Up close, it is raging. Flooding is forcing residents from their homes.
I've already decided that this stuff, once it leaves, isn't going back in again.
This is not a time to enjoy the view of the river from Front Street. Front Street is the river, and travel is a nightmare. This stranded woman needed the National Guard to pull her out.
Well, look at the river. We're going to be pretty busy probably for the next couple days. Things don't slow down.
Blair's warned motorists to stay away from rising water, but even they are snuffed out. Volunteers last longer. Early this morning, the water level crept to 24 feet. It wasn't expected to do that until Sunday morning. In Shipoke, water pumps work overtime. On City Island, signs of the flood are everywhere. On the West Shore, in New Cumberland, the water creeps closer to our cameras. It is already in homes and businesses.
It's kind of hairy, so we can go either way. So we're ready to evacuate at any minute. At the same time, we're trying to salvage what we have.
Oh, it's good. I just have these things that fall over.
The water is too high in Wormleysburg to reach it by car.
The best thing to do at this point is get anything you can't replace and get going.
In flood-prone areas, that is exactly what thousands of mid-staters are doing. You'd have to go back to the flooding of 1972 and shortly thereafter to find a time when the city has been hit with this much water. It's going to be a long night, Kim Garris, and people down here at the command center fear the worst is not over. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. It's been a long day for you as well. We thank you for that live report.
Well, it looks like for some areas the crusting will be tomorrow. Some areas are actually crusting tonight. There's a whole list, so let's give you the full roundup as we've gone in through the flood of 96. Let's go to the graphic, and here we go. In fact, starting out on the Susquehanna River in Harrisburg, we're at 24.5 feet. Actually, I just called about 2 minutes ago, and it's down to 24.3. Flood stage, though, is at 17 feet, and the River Forecast Center is expecting it to crest around 24 to 25 feet tomorrow morning, but being affected by ice, those numbers could change even 1 to 3 feet. Long Marietta, 53.8, the flood